So at the end of last year, Warner Brother Games and Rocksteady Studio flew me out to LA to play Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Funny enough, this was my first time playing the game at this event. And another funny enough is I think the week before that event happened, they had the private alpha beta invite for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League for the public. I got invited to that, but I wasn't able to play because I was busy. So at this event was my first time playing the game. So everything that I'm going to talk about in this video was my experience from the build I was playing at the event. So thank you again, Warner Brother Games, Rocksteady Studios, for flying me out to this event to capture Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. With that being said, I give you guys my honest thoughts, all right? There's no sugarcoating. If I love something, I'll say it. If I don't, I'll say it. And guess what? There are things I don't like about the game, but surprisingly, there's a lot of good things I like about the game. So let's start off on a high note, shall we? The gameplay in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is a lot more enjoyable than I was expecting. The movement is great. Your character's movements don't feel sluggish like some other games, some other superhero games, not saying which ones, but you guys know when you play them and you feel like, oh man, why does it feel like my character has 10 times more weight than they should have walking around the city? This game doesn't have that issue. I was playing King Shark and he felt like the fastest character in the game, which is funny because he's a giant shark and there's a guy on the team with the power of the Speed Force. Now, originally, I was going to play Captain Boomerang as my main because he has the power of the Speed Force. That's freaking awesome. And King Shark, surprisingly enough, was my least wanted character to play, and the only reason why he was lower on my list was because I thought he was going to be one of the slowest characters in the game. But from what I heard, I believe the developer says that all the characters' movement speeds are pretty similar to one another, so one character is not going to be extremely slow. They're all going to be getting from point A to point B pretty much the same time, which is great because I don't want to be playing online co-op and Captain Boomerang with the Speed Force is already waiting for the next mission, waiting for like 10 minutes for the rest of the team to catch up. I'm glad all the characters' movement speeds and traversals are pretty equal in speed. I'm glad they gave King Shark that Superman outfit because, man, I actually do feel like Superman as King Shark. I am like leaping and flying around all over the place. Not really flying, but like falling with style. Before I go into this next topic here, I will say I was one of the people that were on the fence about this game. They showed the gameplay and I was like, what? The Suicide Squad using guns? Now, Deadshot, of course, he's gonna use guns, all right? Harley Quinn, sure, she's gonna use guns. But the thing is, when I saw Captain Boomerang using guns and not his actual boomerangs, I was like, why? After getting my hands on the game for a little bit, I actually don't mind them using guns. Yes, you can still use the boomerang for Captain Boomerang. You can still use the melee attacks for the characters, but they're more of like finisher moves or starting the combo. You really want to use the guns to mow down the enemies because there are a lot of enemies, and yes, you can still clear the areas with just melee. It'll just take a lot longer, and I'll be honest, I had so much fun being King Shark, using his giant freaking minigun or whatever and just mowing down the competition. It was just too good. You know those videos where it's like the most satisfying thing you've ever seen and they have a compilation of a bunch of things? Me mowing down the cronies, the henchmens with King Shark is going to be in that compilation next because that's how satisfying it was using the guns. Gunplay, I don't mind it. It actually feels nice. It actually feels fun. I was ready to do this video and be like, this sucks. It's not fun. But like overall, the two things I was concerned about, the movement and the guns, I'm now a believer. The next thing that I enjoyed about the game was the co-op. Usually when I get invited out to these events, they put me in front of the game and then I play and record by myself. But for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, they had us play and record in a group. Some might even say we're a squad. I'm sorry. Something I was really worried about is not being able to travel the map without being tethered to your teammates. In other words, you're not fully allowed to free roam without being chained to your teammates. If you go a certain distance away from your team members, the game will stop you from moving or they put up invisible walls. I'm happy to report that I didn't have any of those issues with the game. I was able to go super far away from my teammates, take out a bunch of enemies, and then regroup with them later on with ease. There was nothing saying, oh, if you go too far, you're gonna die. Maybe there is in the game, but I felt like I was going pretty far and I had no issues whatsoever. So that actually makes the game feel open world, and I'm all for it. I think now it's time to talk about the cons, or the things I didn't like about the game, because there are things I didn't like. The first thing I want to talk about that I didn't really like is there's too much going on the screen. There's too much happening on your hood. Now, there were a few times where I was playing and I felt like there was way too much going on my screen that I was kind of getting overwhelmed. This was very apparent when I was fighting the Flash boss fight. Yes, I know Flash is a fast character. He is the fastest man alive. But him moving extremely fast from one point to another, and tornadoes happening, and the damage numbers popping up, and your ammo bar being shown every time you shoot, I found myself needing to stop moving to regroup from the information overdose that was happening on my screen. Now, with that being said, I did mention this concern to the developers while I was there, and they said there is an option to turn off a lot of the hood information, so you could take off the damage numbers you do to enemies and stuff like that. I didn't get to mess around with that, but that could help out when I play the full game. But I had to mention this concern because, well, I had to play it and I didn't get to play it without all this numbers and information on my screen. Now, with that being said, of there's too much going on the screen, my next con is that there isn't enough things happening on the screen as well. You might be saying, what are you talking about? I'm talking about the city life. If you thought the city in Batman Arkham Knight felt empty, the city life in Suicide Squad is like non-existent. Yes, I get that Brainiac has invaded and corrupted a lot of people, so you're not gonna see little Jimmy walking down the street, but having people in the streets makes the city feel bigger and alive. There really wasn't like any signs of life. There are a couple missions where you have to save these people that are hiding in vents, and you take them out and you put them in a bus, and the bus will transport them to safety. But like, it's like 3 people. I would like to see civilians in like a safe bunker or something trying to fight off the enemies, and you go team up with them. Or you see a civilian running for their life on the streets, and you come in and you knock out the enemies and then you save them like that. Stuff like that would help make the city feel more alive. The last little section here is not really a con or a pro, it's more of a I don't know, and that is the customization. I put the customization in the I don't know category because I'm not really sure how I feel about it yet. I love having the ability to change my character skins, which you can do in this game, but you can also change up their guns and their gun attributes. Like, you can make your gun turn to like a freeze gun where your bullets freezes the enemy, or there's a zero gravity gun that you can bounce the enemies up and then your teammates can do the finishing blows. There's a lot of attribute change up that you can do with the weapons in this game. I love customization as much as the next guy, but sometimes I feel less is more. I don't hate how much things you can change up for your character's weapon loadout in this game, but I feel like some people would just pick the highest rarity gun and go from there. The developer did say having the highest rarity gun doesn't always mean it's the best gun. There are certain weapon loadout combos you want to equip to make more damage. So if you rock a fire grenade and fire shotgun and then like another fire blade, a whole combo loadout which does more damage, which is cool, but I feel like a lot of people will not have the patience to be like, oh, I'm gonna use fire, 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 and they're just gonna pick, oh, this gun is gold, so I'm gonna use this gun. I need more time with the weapon customization. The only real customization I really got to do was make my gun a freeze gun. But the skins, though, I love character skins. Give me all the skins. But those were my thoughts on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Overall, still very excited to play the game. The story is amazing already. Like, the parts we saw in the game were freaking awesome, and I can't wait to see the rest of it play out. I'm excited for it. The gameplay, I'm happy to say it's fun. The co-op is amazing. I think this game has to be played co-op because when playing with my group, it was a lot more enjoyable because we're making fun of each other of, oh, you think you're gonna get this kill? No, I'm gonna get it. And there's kind of like a leaderboard thing after a mission, so it shows you which one of your teammates did the best, and you kind of wanted to have bragging rights. You'd be like, yo, why you sleeping? Did you go and got 2 kills? It's pretty fun. So co-op, I feel like, is gonna be the way you want to play this game, and that's probably how I'm gonna play it when it comes out. But those are my honest thoughts on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Thank you again to WB Games and Rocksteady Studios for flying me out to LA to play and record the game. I had a great time. The game's not perfect, but it's a lot better than I expected. Let me know your thoughts down below. What is your biggest concerns for the game? Is there something that you would like to see more of, less of? Let me know all your thoughts down below. If you guys have not yet, click that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you guys get notified every time we upload a brand new video. My name is unCAGEDgamez, and you just got caged.